I was mostly concerned with the operational readiness of the crews and the boats. I was administrative commander. The admiral was the operational commander. My boats were turned over to him for operation. I had nothing to do with the operation unless he said so. The boat crews were fantastic. There were 120 swift boat crews manning 84 boats. Every one of those crews, before they left country, every one was involved in some sort of combat. And these were all very young people. The officer in charge of each one of those crews was in charge of a group with American flag behind the boat. They had the authority and responsibility behind that flag and had authority that I didn't have as commanding officer of destroyer before I got the job. They had tremendous responsibility. They carried it out very well. The one big difference between what swift boats were expected to do when I was escorting commander and the time when the admiral came on board, one big thing was that I would not allow my swift boats to go in the rivers because they were just off station while doing the job. In fact, if I got a skipper that went into a river, I probably had his aid. Okay? Along came the admiral, and he said, "You've done a good job along the coast. I need you in the rivers." And he took them in the rivers. And what a difference it was. I can speak to two lessons learned. One has to do with support. At the very beginning of Coastal Squadron 1, we had our own administrative people and support people. But then the Navy had decided to go with a consolidated, I forget the rest of the name, but it was a consolidated support thing. And in establishing the two support activities, Saigon and Da Nang, which was good. They were getting ready for the future and so forth. But in consolidating all the maintenance, they stripped all of the maintenance people from the swift boats and from the PBIs. And the squadron, so I as squadron commander and division commanders, were responsible for the operational readiness of those boats, but we couldn't control the maintenance. If only we could have kept the maintenance and support afloat, that would have solved a lot of things. We would have liked to have had, there was an aircraft support ship there, the Capt, I think was the name of the ship. It would have been great if we could have just kept that there for support. But we worked it out. And what had happened, the boat crews were supposed to operate the crews, come back in, rest, maintenance crews takes care of the boat. There weren't any maintenance crews to take care of the boat. So what the division, each one of the division commanders, there were 5 of them, decided to do was to assign a boat crew to a boat. That's their boat. The officer in charge of that crew, that's his boat, his responsibility, so he maintained it. And that worked out, but it was kind of tough. The other lesson I learned had nothing to do with swift boats. It was the air cushion vehicles. We had 3 of them over there. We were based in Capt. And we tried them out on the coast, working with swift boats and so forth. They just could not handle the sea. But when we took them inland, we took 2 of them up to a place called Plain of Reeds. So I went up with an Army brigadier in a helicopter to Plain of Reeds. When we got there, this is lessons coming in. We found we were completely surrounded by the sea. And it was 2 o'clock in the morning. We knew we had to get, there were 2 platoons of South Vietnamese troops. And they were about to get wiped out unless we could get them out of there. So I took the 2 PAC-Vs and talked to the 2 owners of each one. We knew no more than 5 guys on there, right? We put 12 on each one with full packs. And at 2 o'clock in the morning, those swift boats lifted and ran out of there at 50 knots, through trees and everything else. My lesson learned was they were not as weight sensitive as we thought they were. And that led to me getting, when I went back to Washington, working on the development of air cushion vehicles. And today, that technology is used in getting our Marines ashore. The air cushion vehicles now take the Marine tanks ashore, while the helicopters take the Marines themselves ashore. That was my second lesson.